Hi, I'm Dr. Becky Spelman. I am the clinical director of Private Therapy Clinic and a psychologist. I had egg freezing treatment at Gennet City Fertility Clinic, and it was a great process. I didn't really know very much about egg freezing before I started the process, and I started the process kind of feeling a little bit negative, and I was like, oh, I really don't want to be having this done, and I don't want to be putting time aside for it. And then I actually met with the practitioners at the clinic, and they really kind of changed my attitude very early on. And I started then actually getting quite excited about having the treatment. I started looking forward to the process, and I think that was really down to the attitude of the practitioners, the nurses, the doctors, and anyone that I met at the clinic was just really positive. And I found that they were all very relaxed, and clearly their work environment is one where they actually are not under a tremendous amount of pressure. They've got time for all of their patients. I found everyone very personable. So quite early on, I started actually looking forward to having the treatment. They explained the injecting process really well. So just by actually listening to them explaining how to do the injections, I almost kind of knew completely what I had to do. But then they sent over some videos as well. So then I was absolutely fine in terms of the injecting. But whenever I was a little bit confused, there's actually an out of hours number that I was able to call. So bearing in mind that most of the injections you're doing are actually in the evening time, there was a nurse that was completely available every evening. And I did actually make use of that out of hours service a couple of times. And it was usually the same person actually I spoke to. And she was very accommodating, even though I was kind of troubling her in the evening time. So really, the best thing about the clinic was the attitude of the practitioners. Nothing was ever a problem. They were just so friendly. And I think it was a bit of a difficult patient at times. You know, I was getting confused and I ran out of medication at certain times. And the process wasn't 100% smooth, but their attitude to me kind of asking for extra support was very positive, and it was very well received. They were always there to support me when I needed extra help. And really, the process was fairly straightforward. It doesn't take too long. It's kind of like 2 weeks out of your life, but you can continue on with normal life when you're having egg freezing done. The hormones can have an emotional impact on you, maybe making you a little bit tearful or a bit emotional. But because you know exactly the reason why, I think it's quite easy to just tolerate that for the short duration that it's happening for. And actually the results that I got were great, because I actually got 7 mature eggs which were frozen, and I really am happy with that. That totally exceeded my expectations. I didn't even think they were going to get that many, especially when at some part of the treatment my eggs weren't necessarily maturing in the way that that they could have. So I'm delighted with the outcome, and a big thank you to the staff at the clinic for making it such a smooth and enjoyable process for me.